Ba-na-na-na. Oh, wait, fuck. There. I can't do my intros to save my life. Ba-na-na-na. There we go. What's going on, everyone? GamingNavi here, and welcome to another reaction to CloudConnections Gen 9 rating everything video. I'm good at intros. I'm not. I'm horrible at everything. But this is what we're doing. As I'm really excited because as of right now, once we get this one done, we'll only have one more left. And then I can go on vacation without having to worry about being behind on anything. So hopefully I can, who knows, maybe I'll be lucky and finish Final Fantasy 4 in a day. So let's get the stream all the way reversed back to the beginning. So let me go up the volume on the desktop because I could definitely realize I was struggling to hear everyone on stream. Okay. That being said, let us hit play and react and see if he... I already know that. I've seen this one before. I've seen all these before, but like, this one was more recent. So let's see how he judged every Pokemon, and he and Dribson judged every Gen 9 Pokemon.
The day's finally here to talk about Pokemon Gen 9. The reveal of Scarlet and Violet was a surprise to me and my brother when the first trailer dropped early this year, and it kinda threw a wrench in our plans for rating all the Pokemon. We knew we'd get to it eventually, but since we're right in the middle of this Pokemon rating series, we also figured we could skip straight to Gen 9 since it's fresh on everyone's minds.
Fair.
With over 100 new Pokemon and a structure not yet seen in the mainline series, Scarlet and Violet looked to be interesting at least. And while its launch has received, shall we say, mixed opinions from fans, we're not here to talk about the games themselves.
Yeah,
We're here
I
to
remember
discuss all the
those
new
day
features
one
introduced in
glitch
this
scenes.
generation.
That's right, and if you've seen our previous videos where we've tackled everything up to Generation 4 right now, you know what to expect. We'll be rating all 105 new Pokemon from Gen 9 on a scale from 1 to 10 based on their designs, usefulness in battle, etc. As a reminder, region-specific forms do get their own rating, but no separate ratings for form differences unless they're a fusion.
Yeah, because that'd be the first time they do this.
While our script is mostly spoiler-free, there will be some late-game footage playing throughout the video, so if you haven't beaten Scarlet or Violet yet and you want to avoid seeing that, well, you've been warned.
Yeah, that's your spoiler warning, everyone. If you ain't done with the complete game, which I totally have done, then y'all need to get on that. Spoiler. Wait, also, my microphone's all over here. I'm an idiot. How many things can I screw up in the span of a day, huh? Anyways. Yeah, spoiler warning from this point forward would be spoilers for Pokemon Gen 9. Let's do this!
Let's get to the ratings. While Sprigatito is my least favorite starter for
Oof.
Gen 9, it is still a pretty cute little critter.
A pretty cute cat starter. I hope that this one doesn't stand up.
I agree that, you know, 8's a fair rating for it, because it's just a very small cat, and I love it. Actually, no, I'm giving it a 9, because the anime just portrays it as a cat instead of a anime cat, and I love it. So if you've seen footage from, like, the current season of Pokemon, this cat is adorable, and I love it. Alright? I give it a 9.
What Florigato loses in cuteness points from Sprigatito, I think it makes up for in coolness points.
And it stands up.
Okay. I'm not judging Florigato for standing on 2 legs, because it's Pokemon. It seems stupid to judge a Pokemon for going from 2 legs to 4 legs to 2 legs. So I'm not judging on that grounds. As far as design goes, I really like Florigato. I think it looks pretty, like I say really like, it's alright. I definitely prefer Sprigatito over it, but Florigato is just alright. Like a 6. It's not bad. It's nothing spectacular, though. Nothing like previous generation Pokemon. I do like it. Hey, Cloud. Enjoy our worst editing style. Oh, I wasn't going to comment, because I didn't want to be like, hey, oh, maybe they're just trying a different style. If you're going to say it's worse, then... yeah, I miss how you did the previous ones.
Okay, I guess this joke doesn't make as much sense since we're doing this video before Gen 7.
I think
Okay. And now Meowscarada. I love Meowscarada. Like, when I first played this game, I went for the little gator, and I was super excited, and then I didn't have a grass type or whatever, and I started freaking out, because, like, none of the other grass types were good. And Meowscarada very much was a Pokemon that justified me picking the grass type. I love Meowscarada. It is a fantastic design, and it's just a really good Pokemon, in my opinion. I love it. That is a 8 out of 10. I still think Sprigatito's cuter.
I think Meowscarada is a little too showy for me, but I do like the darker color scheme.
It's a jester street performer, and I love that kind of vibe.
Okay, Meowscarada isn't all that I think it leans a bit too much into the suggestive humanoid category with the likes of Pokemon like Lopunny or Sarina.
You're the one who went there, Dribson, alright? That says more about you. Just kidding.
Honestly, I didn't pick Fuecoco as my starter, but it's such an adorable little doofus that I think he might be my favorite from this gen.
Yes, I agree. Fuecoco is absolutely the Pokemon I wanted to be playing with the entire time. But when I realized like every other grass type sucked, like that there were other good fire alternatives, I very much began second guessing on Fuecoco. And I definitely wish I'd stuck with him. Editing these videos took a long time. We had to reduce it. I understand. Especially because like y'all jumped to Gen 9 because the games are like brand new. I understand the why. For your animations from here on. I get that. Okay, so this is just oh yeah, I guess this is how the Gen 5 video was too. But yeah, Fuecoco is absolutely a 10 out of 10. It's just a very adorable design. I love him. Especially in that opening animation. He just burns a berry, just content with it. I love him. 10 out of 10 Gator.
Fuecoco is my perfect little dumb idiot child. Going into this game, I wasn't entirely set on a starter choice, but the opening of the game sold me on him.
And now we have Crocolore, and it's alright. I like the little flame sombrero on the top, but as overall, I don't know. He's just kind of he's like the Grotto of this generation. I don't like him, but he's not a bad design. It's definitely like a 5. The goofy sombrero though is good.
Flame sombrero is awesome, but everything else about Crocolore kind of loses me.
I'm not too big on Crocolore. Something about the hat and the vest design on his stomach just don't sit very well with me.
Skeledirge is amazing. I love him. He's a ghost type, so that's a 10 out of 10 by default. He just looks cool. Like, I adore Skeledirge. Like, I had Armarouge or whatever the frickin' the Scarlet exclusive one was. So I had a good fire type to fall back on. But Skeledirge is absolutely a Pokemon that like, I wish I'd been using. Not just because it's ghost type, because that design looks amazing. But ghost typing helps make it perfect. 10 out of 10 Gator.
While I think the white is just a tad bit overbearing, Skeledirge is still a badass Pokemon.
Agreed.
Skeledirge is pretty cool, and I was glad to have picked Fuecoco not knowing anything about any starters' evolutions.
I instantly knew I was gonna pick Quaxley the second that first trailer dropped, and I'm glad I did, because this little anime Donald Duck is pretty great.
I had no negative views on Quaxley. I viewed it like Piplup, in all honesty. Pokemon that I didn't have any negative qualms on, but I was just immediately attracted to like the other two starters over it. Because it's definitely a fine design. It's kind of charming. But like Gen 4, I looked at like Chimchar and Turtwig, or in this case Sprigatito and Fuecoco, and I was like, yep, those two are immediately the ones that are taking my heart. I want them more. Quaxley, fine design. I give it a 7 out of 10. I haven't used Quaxley, so again, I can't talk about its battle practicality, but I think it's alright. If Nemona can use one effectively against me, then that says how bad of a trainer I am, or how good Quaxley can be. Well, it's evolutionary line, that is, but that's a discussion for a different time.
Quaxley is actually pretty cute. If I was given less time with the starters in the opening of the game, there's a good chance I would have leant this way over Fuecoco.
Quaxwell! I have to pause faster so that way I can get my opinions in before Cloud and Dribson. Quaxwell is alright. Again, it's not fabulous like what it's going to be, but it's definitely alright. Better than Crocodile. About on par with frickin' Sprigatito's evolution. I agree, this is a 7. It's a lucky one.
I don't mind the downgrade too much, but I think that Quaxwell hit that middle starter weirdness bump pretty hard.
Yeah.
A bit worse than Quaxley, but still a solid design nonetheless.
Now we have Quackleval, and I love how fabulous this dude is. Like, this is a very fabulous duck. Alright. I love him. Alright, that is absolutely a 9 out of 10 bird.
Again, a bit too showy for me, but maybe it's because I used this one. I've actually very much come around to Quaquavel. You go, little ducky.
Or Quaquavel. I thought it was Quackleval. Like Carnival. Lechonk! We have the pig boy! The one everyone fell in love with before the games came out because its name was Lechonk. I like it. It is just a round pig. Like, there's lots of Pokemon that we have which are just round orbs. Thank you for loving Quackaball. We should rise up against the Dribson gang. Agreed! I will join your crusade. Let me go grab my spear and we can go break his door down. Anyways, yeah. Where was I? Lechonk. It's 7 out of 10 pig. Well, no. 6.5. I'll be right in the middle between you two because it's very much a basic design, but I absolutely love that we had just have a straight up pig Pokemon this time around. We didn't really have, we had Spoink and Grunpig, but I don't know. I think Lechonk has more personality, even though it's kind of basic in its colors.
Very simple design.
Yep, it's a pig. There's nothing here to really write about.
Oinkalong. Oinkalong, I guess. It's a pig with an emo haircut. I don't like it. It definitely feels weaker than Lechonk, because it doesn't have any of the same charm. And this time around, it just looks even more like a pig. So this is definitely like a 5 for me. It's not bad, but at the same time, it feels like it lost a lot more charm this time around.
Oinkologne is just barely the better creature over Lechonk, and yeah, it is just basically a pig, but I don't know, I like pigs.
That's fair. I mean, I've been giving every single ghost type a 10. Actually, fun fact, if there's one ghost type, or Pokemon with a ghost typing in this series, that I have not given a 10 out of 10 to. I'll let y'all figure that one out. But, yeah, I don't blame you for giving a Pokemon a higher rating just because you like that animal. I've done that with owls and with ghost types this entire series.
Not a huge fan. I don't love pigs as animals, and these designs don't even really do them justice.
I love Tarantula. Like, that is a very cute spider Pokemon, and I was super ecstatic to find my first one when I was playing Scarlet. Because it's just so cute. It's a little spider wrapped around a ball of its own webbing. I love it. It's so damn adorable. Simple man, I see a pig, I enjoy the pig. Very based of you. But yeah, Tarantula, I love. It was just... It's another round orb-like Pokemon that we have, but I think it's a very cute one. That is a 7 out of 10 spider.
Good concept, but the actual design of Tarantula just doesn't really work for me.
That's you. I think it's
I always
cute.
called this thing Tarantularb since I kept forgetting the name of this while playing.
That's actually a really good nickname. And now we have Spidops. And I do not like Spidops. I don't like its design. It looks so weird and has like none of the cute charm that Tarantula had. That is a 2 out of 10 for me. Alright, there's worse Pokemon, but Spidops is like the first Pokemon I saw in Gen 9 that immediately had me just disappointed. Dripson standing right next to me. Feel free to insult him. Don't put me on the spot like that. Dripson hates babies. I don't know what else to say. You put me on the spot. I can't. Can't come with anything on the spot there, buddy. I'll find something eventually.
I'm even less of a fan of Spidops because it's just incredibly boring.
It's your regular Route 1 bug type that evolved early and falls off mid to late game.
What about this thing looks normal? Even by... He seems unfazed. I figured. I didn't put that much effort into it. But what about Spidops looks normal for the Route 1 bug? Alright, this... Even like among Butterfree and like Beedrill, this thing sticks out like a sore thumb in like a horrible way. This thing makes Dustox look good, alright? I hate Spidops.
It's got a pretty unique design though, even among spider Pokemon.
Nope. Yeah, it's unique, alright. Unique in the worst possible way. Alright, we've had Ariados and we have Galvantula. Those two are the best spider Pokemon. Don't go trying to praise this one. Now on to good news, we have Nimble. Nimble is fucking cute and I love it. That is a 9 out of 10 bug, and it gets better when it evolves.
Nimble's a pretty cute little bug, but I've already had so much trouble fighting this thing for seemingly no reason. So, you know, negative bias there.
It's kinda cute, I guess. Grasshoppers are an interesting choice for a bug as well.
And now we have Lowkicks, the Common Rider inspired Pokemon, so that's a 10 out of 10 by default. Bug fighting, again, or... Wait, was it bug fighting or so what? Bug dark? I think it was bug fighting. I don't remember. I love it. All right, that is inspired by Kamen Rider, so like I said, already my favorite Pokemon ever. And it's powerful. I had one of those in my freaking playthrough of Scarlet, and that thing never left because it was consistently amazing. I love it.
This is actually a really cool bug Pokemon. A rarity for the type, I find. Love the dark colors, too.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually
It's like Kamen Rider Black.
Also, I thought this was a bug steel type when I first saw this and Nimble.
Now we have Palmy. Palmy is this generation's Pikachu knockoff, but I think it's not the worst. It's definitely not great. It looks bland and generic. It looks a little bit more on the generic side, but I think it has a little bit of extra charm to it. It's like I guess I'm gonna go with 7. That seems fair.
I don't care if the electric rodent archetype has been done to death in Pokemon already. Palmy is still cute as hell.
Whoa! It's the Pikachu!
I'm just not gonna say anything. Palmo is a electric fighting type, which is a nice pairing. Both of them are. Dribson has left the building. Do you hear me criticizing Spidops too much? You not like that? Tell him I'm sorry if I'm being annoying. Anyways, Palmo is an electric. Let's see, where was I? So electric fighting, good typing pairing because both of them are types you want to have on hand. He was in the room pulling gotchas for Fate Grand Order and got what he wanted almost immediately. I'm always paranoid of whether or not I'm doing something, whether or not I'm being annoying or going too far with something. Tell Dribson, I'm glad Gen 4 didn't entirely make him hate babies, that there were a few he liked there. And I appreciate both of y'all making these videos for me to milk. Anyways, yeah, Palmo, 6 out of 10. Electric fighting, good. Design is still on the more generic side. Well, actually, no, the 7. I'm gonna go with that. Because that way it's on the same grounds with its previous one.
This is just Palmy, but 4 legs good, 2 legs better, and I won't award points for lazy designs.
True.
Whoa! Pikachu stood up!
Okay, Palmot is another 7 out of 10. It's just... The hair, the fur color went back to the darker orange the first form had, and it grew a little bit of extra fluff around. That's not an I mean, okay, it's evolution, yes, but at the same time, it's not like Charmander to Charizard where it feels amazing. It feels less than Pichu to Raichu. It feels less than that. I almost want to put it at a 6, but again, electric fighting is still good enough to make me keep it up in the 7s.
Well, it's definitely more of an evolution than Palmo. I actually don't care for a lot of the changes that Palmot undergoes.
Whoa! Standing Pikachu turned into standing Raichu.
Whooper! Or should I say pooper? I'm pretty sure one of them isn't going to be happy with me saying that. Anyways, that's definitely a good design. I was not prepared for a regional variant of Whooper of all Pokemon, but I'm glad we got it because Ground Poison is good. And Whooper's a fantastic Pokemon to make that from. Alright, so that is definitely an 8 out of 10.
The subtle differences make this just a little bit worse than Johto Whooper, but it is still a cute, squishy little boy.
It's the little whoopee boy, but this time he's poop-colored. Pooper.
Okay, no, Dribson joins me on that one. Paliday and Whooper should have evolved into Scooper. That would have been good. Then we have Clodsire. And I think Clodsire is just a giant lump, and I love him. I mean, you can't, since he didn't put the big artwork up like last time, I actually have to point the little spread. Just look at him. He looks more like he's vibing and having a good time down there than his previous Quagsire. I think I prefer Clodsire over Quagsire for that very reason. He's just a lot more... He's me. He's just kinda laying around, a giant lump and just content with life. He is a 9 out of 10.
Maybe biased because I also use Clodsire all through my Scarlet playthrough.
I didn't.
Hell, I still love this guy.
I can't believe that they just took Quagsire, painted him Paldean Whooper colored, and rotated him, and they got away with calling it a different Pokemon.
Clodsire got high off the pooper. He got high. He's waiting for his Uber to show up with his Taco Bell.
Panda Mouse is adorable.
Yes, it is. It's 2 mice holding hands, and it's kinda cute. I have nothing left to add to it. It's just two little plush mice together. It's cute, but it's not exactly iconic with me. It's a 7 out of 10.
That's all it needs to
No,
be, and
yeah,
it
7.
excels at being a cutie.
While the individual design is nothing interesting, the fact that there's two of them as one Pokemon is neat.
Now we have Mousehold, where they have a child. That's a thing. It's the same thing, but now there's a third smaller one. It's the it's the Dugtrio Magneton problem all over again. Except just like Dugtrio, it doesn't feel that special to me. So 6 out of 10.
What if Tandemouse, but they fucked? I prefer family of 4 form because that means they fucked more, and I respect it.
The name is great, and the fact that there's now 4 or 3 of them is pretty cool. I didn't think I'd like this given my thoughts on Mega Kangaskhan, which don't exist yet as of recording this. I do prefer family of 4 form, personally.
Why do you want more babies? Thought you hated them, huh? You want to answer that one, Dribson? That's how Dribson thinks the baby improved. Yeah, I was just commenting that! Dribson canonically hates babies. Suddenly wants more babies. You're inconsistent in your views, Abe. That's a Clone High reference right there. So we see that Dribson is pro-family but anti-child. Fido is adorable. That is a delightful dog. I wish I had used one in my playthrough, especially because I know it evolves into like a Dachshund, and Dachshund are adorable. And just the name Fido is perfect. That is a 9 out of 10 dog.
I'm not gonna say that petting an oily, doughy dog would be pleasant, but Fido still deserves every single pet.
Yep.
The goodest of good boys this generation.
Now we have Dachsbun, who has been through the oven and is now toasted. He is a perfect doggo. I agree. That is a 10 out of 10 doggo.
I was initially hesitant to give Dachsbun the full 10 points, but after really looking at it, I really, no pun intended, warmed up to this guy. And it's cute little knots. And it probably smells great.
Toasty.
The best
Toasty.
of the best boys this generation.
Smoliv is a Pokemon that exists, and I immediately forgot about its existence so much I didn't know it could evolve. True story. To this day, I have yet to evolve my Smoliv because I keep forgetting that's a thing and because this Pokemon exists. I genuinely put this at a 2 out of 10 because I forget it happened. It ever existed.
Generic cute ball, but not horrible.
It's way too generic for me.
No, it's not that cute. Maybe it's the scared anime face going on?
Dolov is actually kind of cute. Last time I watched this last time I watched this video, Cloud, I was at work and just was listening to this through my earbuds, so I actually couldn't see the designs for a lot of these Pokemon. So this is actually neat for me to actually finally see what all of Smoliv's evolutions look like. Dolov's actually a lot more interesting. If I'd seen this on my initial playthrough, I definitely would have considered training Smoliv at that point. This is yeah, I agree. This is 7. That's a very cute design.
Actually makes a lot of tiny improvements over Smoliv that count for a lot.
Alright, this is better. Dolliv is quite a bit cuter than its pre-evolution.
That's actually really neat. That is Arbolva, I can't pronounce that, but it looks really cool. That's an 8 out of 10. I like that. Man, I wish I'd now I wish I had figured that shit out. Maybe I wouldn't have restarted the game to play with Sprigatito. Not to say now I'm disappointed I played Sprigatito, but at the same time, I'm not realizing I missed out on a potentially good evolution because I hated the first form so much. Small Redemption Monarch, yep. Absolutely.
Design, but once I did, I fell in love with it. It retains a lot of the great features from its previous forms, and the olive buds are a nice touch.
Yep.
The olive vine / wreath design is actually pretty cool for this one.
Squawkabilly is a bird with a hairstyle. I don't have much more to add. It's like Chatot with a bit more flair, so I definitely kind of like it, but at the same time, it looks way too smug. 6 out of 10.
You know, I'm not normally a fan of designs clearly based solely on a name, but man, this one is just too perfect. I like blue plumage the most because, I don't know, I like blue.
Here's a design that would have fit better in a Alola, and I wish there were more color options, but it's still a really good design for a parrot. If there was a red plumage, that one would be my favorite, but since there isn't, I'm choosing white plumage, as that was the first one I found and used in my playthrough.
Knackle, this looks like a Mario power-up, and I thought it was kind of cute at first. I give that one a 6. It definitely doesn't look like it belongs in this game, but I thought it was cute enough. I actually attempted to use one in the beginning of my playthrough before dropping it.
This is just a Super Mario Galaxy power-up.
Yep.
It's just a salt rock. Nothing interesting about it.
It's just a salt rock. Like we didn't just have a literal rock Pokemon in Gen 1 called Geodude. Or Onyx, which was a bunch of rocks. Or friggin' Roggenrola in Gen 5, which was just a rock with feet. Knucklestack is Minecraft the Pokemon. It's on par with its previous form. It definitely felt a little bit better, but at the same time, not by much. 6 out of 10 still, I guess.
This is just a Minecraft mob.
This should have been called Knacklestackle.
Garganackle, which is a lot bigger. It feels like, crud. What's that one Pokemon in Gen 6 I'm thinking of? The Barnacle-looking motherfucker. It kind of reminds me of that in a way. Like a pure rock-type version of that. And I kind of like that. I definitely say this is not a bad design in my eyes, even though you two don't like it. I'm going to combine your guys' scores into a 7, because that's what I feel like it is. I wish I'd actually used one. But instead, I gave up at the previous form, and when eventually I saw Garganackle, I was like, oh, well, I already have a full team that I'm more comfortable with. Sorry, buddy. I do feel bad. Garganackle, I do like that one.
This is just a poor design.
It's certainly unique design-wise, but not really that good.
Oh. Annihilate is, if I'm correct, that's a ghost fighting type. So we already know what the score for that one is. I also like that's just straight up a dead primate because it freaking just evolved by dying. Because primates can't calm down. I love it. Annihilate and its name are very nice. Evolving to get one is annoying, I'll be honest. So, like, all the ghost types that I've given 10 out of 10s to, it's definitely on the lower end, too. Not Dusclops low, but still low. I love Annihilate. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish I'd figured out how to get one sooner, because that would have ended up on my team.
It's awesome seeing a completely different design related to such an iconic Pokemon. And even disregarding that, I really like Annihilate.
Something about this design really sticks out to me, at least compared to Primate. Oh, and, dead.
There we go. Charcadet is cute. Alright, that is a tiny little child, and I will protect them with my life. That is a 7 out of 10 little, like, trainee rookie Pokemon. Squire, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
I actually love this little guy. He's so cute.
He brought it back for a victory lap.
I spent a good 75% of
Can't wait for him to talk about Alola and get to freaking Oranguru and whatever the alternate version of that was for freaking Sun. The little rugby Pokemon.
my Pokeballs trying to catch this when I first encountered it. And I didn't even end up using it since I had Fuecoco as my fire type.
So fun fact, Charcadet was in addition to not liking the grass types I'd seen so far, Charcadet was the second main factor that made me quit on, that made me rethink Fuecoco. Because I saw Charcadet, I'd caught one, I was like, oh, it's a fire type, but I already have one. This thing looks so cute though, I want to use that as well. So I was like, well, what if I restart, get a Pokemon to get either the grass or water starter, and make that into a main part of my team, and then I'll make space for Charcadet. So, yeah, fun fact, Charcadet's the other reason I restarted and gave up on Fuecoco for Sprigatito. Armarouge, that's the Pokemon I had. I love it. Y'all are giving it a 6 out of 10. Look, it's out. The Scarlet one is better, but that's not to say Armarouge is bad. I think it looks... They both look like Mega Man Battle Network Net Navis, which, by default, make them at least 7 out of 10s. I think Armarouge looks fantastic, and its signature move, it takes a little shell, the armor parts on its shoulders to make a freaking Mega Buster for Mega Man, so that is an 8 out of 10.
Armarouge isn't that bad, but man, that gold plating is stupid.
I think it's alright, actually.
Not too bad. And although I'm not a fan of the yellow armor, I think it's a bit better than Charcadet.
And now we have Ceruledge with Ceruledge, which, if my memory is correct, now I gotta go check. Sarlacc, that is another ghost type, ain't it? If my memory is confirmed. Yes, fire ghost, so we already know the answer to that one. It's a 10 out of 10. And it looks infinitely better than Armor Rouge. Like, that is... Holy fuck, so much better. That was a thing that made me reconsider picking up Scarlet. Because I wanted Sarlacc so bad, but I stuck through with it for Scarlet. And Sarlacc is just fantastic. If you didn't pick Fuecoco, that is a good fire ghost type to pick up. And honestly, I'd say this is probably better than Fuecoco. Or Skeledirge, technically. 10 out of 10 agreed.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's a badass upgrade, and even with the different color scheme, it carries over a lot of awesome traits.
Blademan.exe.
I prefer this design to Armor Rouge, but it reminds me a bit too much of Gallade.
Tadbulb! It's a little tadpole and a light bulb. I think that's very charming. But at the same time, I think Tadbulb looks a bit more ridiculous and intentionally goofy to the point where it kind of pushes it for me. So 6 out of 10. I think it's better than a 5, but not a full 7.
Or generic cute round spheres.
He's so cute.
I think it's better than Timepole though, which we'll see in Gen 5.
Though I thought this was like Paldean Timepole when I first saw this.
Hey, Chris?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm getting ready to head out. I'll just feed the animals on my way out, okay?
Okay.
Alright, we'll be home 8 or so.
Okay.
Alright, love you.
Bye. Love you. My mom's going out to go ride bikes now. Belly Bolt is a big frog. I can't tell what its eyes are because, like, it has... I think that's its nose, but it looks like it has two sets of eyes and a smile, which is goofy and I love it, but at the same time, again, I feel like it's trying too hard to be intentionally goofy. 6 out of 10.
I don't hate
Fro.
Belly, but nothing about it appeals to me in the slightest.
We've entered the territory of a Pokemon looking more like an early JRPG enemy.
Yeah, kinda, I could see it. Wattrell is a bird I didn't... Thanks to open world Pokemon, I didn't see Wattrell until, like, I was already 6 gym badges down and already done with every single of the friggin' herb side quest. So I didn't see this Pokemon until it was way too late and I stopped caring. Looking back, it's an alright design. I don't have anything much good to say about it. It's definitely alright. It's definitely 6, I guess.
Wattrell looks like it's seen some shit, man.
Yeah, because look at its freaking eyes. It's never gonna blink again.
This gives me Fletchling vibes, which is a pretty good thing. We need more not normal flying early game bird Pokemon.
True, we really do. Wattrell is very much more looks like on the side that it will threaten to kill me if I speak bad about it. So I feel obligated to give it a 7 at minimum. But in all reality, I'd say it's a 6. It's something about Wattrell bothers me.
It does a lot without getting too eccentric.
I'm not big on the Seabird design, at
Ag.
least not for an electric type.
Dribson doing it 6 out of 10 because he don't like seabirds. I don't know what it is. Something about Wattrell just disturbs me, and I don't know why. Because I like birds, but Wattrell just... I get something about it just kind of weirds me out. To Dunsparce, the long-awaited evolution to Dunsparce, the Pokemon I already disliked in the first place. And now it's just... more Dunsparce. 2 out of 10. I don't like... Like, I already didn't like Dunsparce. And even as a meme, the Dunsparce isn't doing anything for me. So you just increased the length of your Dunsparce. Okay. It doesn't make me like it anymore. Even on a meme status. It's just longer Dunsparce. I don't... Sorry, guys. I know I've got to get crucified for that because a lot of people love Dunsparce. I'm sorry.
I'm cool with new regional evolutions of old Pokemon, but just stitching 2 Dunsparce together and calling it a day is too lazy for me.
Thank
I
you.
don't care for either form, but I'll give it to 2-segment form because there's less of it.
I really like how Game Freak decided to give some love to some returning Pokemon in the more recent generations. And although the Dunsparce is silly, it's just a bigger Dunsparce.
Yep.
I think I prefer 3-segment form because it's just more the Dunsparce.
Wrong. Paragraph is amazing. I like seeing... I already liked Giraffrig back in the day. Now we have just more terrifying Girafarig, and I am all for it. That is an 8 out of 10. I love it.
Alright, this redesign I can actually get behind.
It looks like it's wearing a hoodie, and that's adorable.
Plus, it looks like it's wearing a onesie.
A definite improvement over Girafarig, and once again, Game Freak gives some love to a mostly forgotten Pokemon.
Mischief. I like the name, and it's a somewhat charming design. It's not there yet, if you ask me. So I'd say it's at a 6. Not bad though. All right, it's it's an alright design so far. It hasn't hit the right mark yet.
Cute dog, and I love the scared and putting up a tough front face, but, you know, it is just a dog.
He's just a little pupper that's too angry for his own good.
Maybe my rating is so low because we already had Fido, which was borderline flawless. But yeah, just Mastiff doesn't feel like it's hit the right spot yet. Mabostiff, on the other hand, is. I love big dogs, alright? The bigger the dog, the more I'm gonna love it, and Mabostiff is exactly that. Like, there are very few small dogs I'll love over big dogs, but like, all things in the end, I will love a big dog more than I will a small dog. And Mabostiff is definitely a heckin' woofer. He is a 9 out of 10.
Once again, it's just kind of a dog.
And look at his face. He looks so sad. It's like my actual dog, and that hits a bit too real. Like, he looks nothing like my actual dog, but just the constant sad face is like my dog, and that makes me feel sad. So 9 out of 10.
Though I will say it's also the center of the saddest storyline in Scarlet and Violet.
Also true.
It resonates in that regard.
I'm not really a fan of large dog breeds.
Mabostiff storyline goated though. Absolutely. If anyone who's watched this video hasn't played Scarlet and Violet, you need to explicitly just for the friggin' Mabostiff storyline. It is fantastic.
Mabostiff carried me so hard through the latter half of the game. Also, spoiler warning, the Titan questline almost made me care for Arvin, at least for his Mabostiff's sake.
Strudel is a Pokemon that I saw in the beginning, and I thought looked super goofy, and I considered putting on my team, and then I didn't. Then I found it evolved into Pokemon I was really hyped for, and I was sad I took it off my team. Strudel looks goofy. Like, it doesn't look like frickin' the Tadbulb or whatever the frick it was. It doesn't look like it's trying to be too goofy, but at the same time, it looks like it's trying a little bit on the hard side. 6 out of 10, but with potential to get better.
I really love the colors of Strudel, yet it looks a little too goofy for me with its tongue and pudgy body.
Yeah.
Poison Normal is an interesting type combination, but I thought that this was a bug type at first sight.
I don't blame you, because the giant eyes and the snout kind of thing. I get that. I love Girafarig, a Pokemon I was Girafarig. I can't pronounce it. This is a Pokemon that I saw before the release, and I was super excited to get. I knew nothing about it, but I saw the little I saw its whole painting motif and its little gremlin-like body, and I was super excited. All right, and this would definitely be like best friends with Smeargle. I love it. That is a 9 out of 10.
With the same beautiful colors and a very striking body design, I was instantly enthralled with Grafaiai when I first saw it.
Okay, Grafaiai, thank you.
Pokemon from this generation.
I don't love this, but it's certainly different than any other monkey Pokemon we've seen up to this point.
He didn't do a monkey thing. Anyways, Paldean Taurus. It may just be a black version of the bull we already enjoyed, but I think that's more in tune with what I imagine for bulls anyways. And I've been told that these frickin' Tauruses can be different types. I never knew how to do that, how to get them in other types. I explicitly only seen them as fighting types. I never knew how to make them into like fire or water types. So, painted. Hold on, let's see, can I... Painted monkey. I don't know if my voice filter's connected to OBS anymore, but if it is, that just happened. I did that for a Dribson. Anyways, I had no idea how to change the type of my Taurus. If I figured that out, I would have absolutely made it water type and probably would have kept it within me on the game. But as things stand, that's a Taurus, alright. 7 out of 10.
I know it's just Tauros, but shadowified, but I actually think that makes it look a little cooler.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the different Paldean Tauros forms are pretty similar, so I'll say the Blaze Breed form is my favorite.
I think you just have to find the different type Taurus. I don't know if you could change that. Oh, okay. I have no idea how any of that worked. I only ever saw fighting type Tauruses, so I just thought that's what they were, and I thought everyone was just messing with me when they said that Tauruses could come in different types. So I'm weird.
I don't like it as much as Cantonian Tauros, but it's not bad at all. I think I prefer the Blaze breed the most, but they are all pretty similar to each other.
Bramblin is okay. It's a ghost type, so 10 out of 10, yada yada yada. But honestly, this is forgettable. Like, I can't give this one in good faith a 10 out of 10 because, look, it's a ghost. It's just because it's a ghost doesn't mean I automatically forget for this one. This one looks so just super forgettable. I'm not a big fan of this one. This feels like the weakest I've seen. Like, there's some weird ghost types out there, but this one just looks so forgettable. I don't want to consider it a ghost type. Okay, that is a 5 out of 10. I don't like Bramblin. It's just a tumbleweed with like 2 eyes. Oh, not even gonna put like a spooky little specter in there, just eyes, and pretend it's good? Nah.
I kinda like Bramblin, yet I don't think it's that interesting of a design. Just brambles and floating eyes.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. This is the second ghost Pokemon I've given a not 10 out of 10 rating to.
Tumbleweed is an interesting inspiration for a Pokemon design, but I wish it wasn't Grass Ghost. Maybe ground or flying instead of ghost?
Brambleghast looks a little better. Some of the tumbleweed formations have grown to resemble a face, but still doesn't do anything for me, alright? That's like a 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10, I guess. It's just slightly more designed Bramblin, which, for like a first form, would have been alright, but this is not the first form. It's evolved.
The same, but, I don't know, a little bit cooler.
This really doesn't look any different than Bramblin.
Toadschool disturbs me, but I know people who love this thing, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It just looks so... It actually scared me the first time I saw a Toadschool, fun fact. Because I wasn't prepared to see a tentacle out of the water, let alone standing on 2 legs. It scared me. And the name Toadschool is kind of neat. Toadschool is kind of neat, so I give it like a 6. Now I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm being too charitable. I do like it though. It looks weird objectively, despite just being a color scheme, but it just has goofy little legs that are supposed to be tentacles.
Aw shit, he be walking.
Nope. When I first saw this on the map, I hated it. It's the legs. Tentacles should not be walking around like this.
Fair. Toadschool is infinitely better though. I like how it has this little like suction, like whatever we're gonna call that part. I think that looks neat. It looks like a gas mask kinda. Like TF2 Pyro. It's a lot better and well defined. I like it. That is absolutely like 7 out of 10. Didn't get to use one.
I think Toadschool and Toadscrew are stupid, but I can't deny something about Toadscrew appeals to me. Probably the fact that Tentacruel is an incredibly good Pokemon to begin with.
Toadscrew is a bit better, but I still don't really like it.
Cloth is a crab. I feel like it has more personality than Krabby, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just weird. So, like, 5 out of 10. It's just a weird crab this time.
I'd give Cloth a higher rating if it wasn't for the tufts of hair on its limbs and head.
Okay, that's what's bothering me.
It's a rock-type crab. Cool. But it looks like it'd be part water or something.
Capsicid. I saw this thing at first, I'm like, that's a Kappa Pokemon. What's that doing in freaking Spain? I like the idea of it. It is kind of interesting. But I definitely didn't see myself using it. Okay, it was weird. 4 out of 10.
I really like the idea of basing a Pokemon on spicy peppers, but Capsicid...
That's what it was based off of? Well, then I'm like, Capsicid. I thought it was based off of Kappa. I feel so stupid now.
Kid's design doesn't really do it for me.
Capsicid is a neat idea, but I think it's kind of ugly.
Scovalian, I did like. You could not have told me. I would not believe that this thing had evolved from Capsicid, unless I saw it myself. I think the fire grass type is a very interesting type combination, as grass counteracts a weakness to water. And fire resists bug weakness, so that's actually really nice. the two-headed little monster design thing it's got going on. I like that. This is definitely a lot more charming. This is a 7 out of 10. So this definitely did more for me than Capsicum ever did.
Scovillain's a bit better thanks to the green and red contrast, but not by much. Though I will say, the name is perfect.
The grass fire type for a hot pepper Pokemon is such a nice idea,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not too keen on the design itself.
You say that despite giving it a higher rating than Cloud. Anyways, here's a dung beetle Pokemon because, sure, we needed something like that, I guess. Scovillium named goated. It really is. Like, that is a genius name. Anyways, yeah, Rellor. I did not need a dung beetle Pokemon ever. 3 out of 10.
I know it's gross, but does anyone else think Rellor's Mudball looks kind of tasty?
No,
Like a
gross.
bowl with sprinkles, and it's making me hungry.
No.
A dung beetle? I mean, interesting choice, but I'm not a fan.
Rabska. Rabska. Look, going for a Scarab this time is definitely doing better for you. But I'm not gonna pretend that this wasn't a dung beetle at some point. That's still holding it back. I think if you wanted to use a Scarab Beetle Pokemon, that would have been fine, but don't connect it to your Dung Beetle. 4 out of 10. Really just... I'm still hung up on the Dung Beetle part. But it looked like a donut hole. It looked like a ball of caramel. And I'm gonna be real. I like caramel when it's mixed into other things. Dung Beetles are... I know they're important to the ecosystem. I really do. Doesn't change the fact that they bother me. Like, I'm already terrified of bugs as it is, but a bug that's obsessed with with other animals' poop is... Yeah. And I like Scarab okay, I don't like beetles. I really don't like beetles. Scarab Beetle is definitely one of the better beetles. I think Stag Beetles are better though, but I definitely don't hate Scarab. Just not Dung Beetle.
Rabska is pretty awesome.
4 out of 10.
I love the color palette, and with its bug psychic combination, it's a great mix of cute and elegant.
That is neat.
It's a bit more interesting, but still not great in my opinion.
Flittle is... I feel on the weaker end. I don't know. I saw this thing and I was very much like, hey, oh, that's a thing. Well, now I've caught it, I'm going to leave it in my box forever. 4 out of 10, I guess. I don't know.
Cute, but not particularly interesting.
It's not Smoliv. That's the best I'm going to say.
It's like an egg, I think?
Espathra is a lot prettier. This time it's a lot more defined compared to Flittle. It just looks kind of neat. I like this one. Well, I say like to an extent. It still looks a bit like muddy in its design, but I think it's better than its previous than Flittle, like a 5 now.
Espathra's too weird for me, sorry. Love that dyed Edna Mode hairstyle though.
Heh.
I normally kind of like some abstract Pokemon designs, but Espathra looks hideous in my eyes.
I don't blame you. I think that there are worse Pokemon out there, but I definitely could see that. Tink is a small little fairy cherub thingy with a hammer. I have nothing to go on this one. If it wasn't for people memeing the crap out of its final evolution, I wouldn't have given a crap about this Pokemon. 4 out of 10.
Not bad.
It's just a little baby
I thought you hated babies.
with a big hammer.
I thought you hated babies, Dribson.
Big hammer not pictured.
Okay, see, this form finally started doing something right. Tinka Tough, I definitely would have... If this was the first one I had seen, I would have considered picking one up. 6 out of 10 agreed. Like, it hasn't hit the right spot yet, but it's definitely making better strides.
When Tinka-Tink gets tough, Tinka-Tough gets going.
Dribson Baby Redemption arc? Not like...
But Tinkertuff helped me through a lot of the early game with its fairy steel typing.
And Tinkaton. I like... One of my favorite character designs ever is a character with, like, a big, oversized weapon. Like, with my VTube model, I would like to consider giving her, like, some really big, like, axe or something, or, like, a ridiculously oversized spear. And Tinkaton just very much has that kind of design motif with it. I love that. Alright, I agree on it. 8 out of 10. That is just... I'm a sucker for that kind of character design. And, like, Fairy Steel, if I'm correct, that's its type. If my typing on that is correct, it's Senna from Xenoblade vibes. Which one's Senna again? Is that from, like, 2 or 3? Because I haven't played 3 at all, and it's been years since I played 2. I don't remember that being a thing in Xenoblade 1. Or was it Chronicles X? I don't remember. I haven't played that one since high school. Oh boy, I can't wait to get that. Okay, 3. Yeah, I haven't played 3 at all. I don't even own it. I did play through 1 earlier this year, and that's a video that's in the works, so I can't wait for that to get finished. Anyways, yeah. Favorite. I love that kind of design.
But I can't say I care for the hair that much.
I think Tinkaton is actually kind of cute.
Agreed.
This should not be nearly as fast as it is.
Wiglet. It's better than Diglett. It's just a little worm popping out of the hole. I like that. It looks weird. I'll agree on a 6.
As much as I hate to admit it, this recolored and elongated Diglett actually doesn't look bad at all.
Okay, this is just a Diglett. They really shouldn't have just made this Diglett.
Oh, just wait. Now we got Wug Trio. Which apparently, by evolving, it changed colors and found 2 more. I'm still gonna give it a 6. It's nothing special, it's nothing different, it's nothing bad, it's nothing good.
Same with Wug
I think the red is better, though. Or pink, I guess.
Copycat Pokemon had a more unique design, rather than aping off of pre-existing creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think making them red is any better.
I don't know. I think the color change did a little bit for it. Bombardier is interesting because I first saw it and I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like friggin' whatever that bird that delivers babies is. I thought it was like that because the whole friggin' thing. I thought that was kind of neat. Bombardier, like a bombardier, I like that name, even though it's not a Pokemon that's about dropping bombs. I think it would have been neat if that was part of its lore. I don't remember if that was, though. It definitely looks better than that last bird we saw. So this is, I agree on the 7 out of 10. It's a very fine design.
Great name, great concept.
Ow, hit my leg there.
Just a good design.
Yeah.
When a Pokémommy and a Pokédaddy fall
Oh,
in love,
Dribson went there.
Bombardier drops an egg on top of them in the daycare center, and that's where new Pokemon come from.
That's canon now. I accept that as nothing. Oops, I actually grabbed bombs instead of babies. Oh well. Let boil. Rope? Bombs? Wait. The bird stole my fucking bombs. Finizen is a dolphin Pokemon. I was really excited because I love dolphins, even though they're fucking monsters. But I liked it at first. I thought it was cute. And then I didn't know how to evolve it, and I gave up on it. Let boil. Rope? Bombs? You want it? They're yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rubies. I can't do the movements that well thanks to my model, but, you know, I'm trying. Okay. But yeah, Finizen was absolutely an 8 for me. Well, it was at first an 8, and then I didn't know how to evolve it, and then I would have gone down to like a 7. I'm going to give it an 8 because I finally did figure out how to evolve it.
Even though it's just a dolphin, dolphins are great. And
I'm sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer. I can't do the voice perfectly on that one because I haven't practiced it.
high time they made a dolphin Pokemon anyway.
Agreed.
It took far too long for Game Freak to add a dolphin, having missed the perfect opportunity in Alola to do so. But Finizen is just the perfect dolphin Pokemon.
I initially named mine Echo, and then eventually I would realize that I made a mistake because Palafin is very fantastic. I figured if I knew about that thing when I first started, I would have obsessed over that, and that would have been my water type beginning to end. And, in addition to its design looking fantastic, it also reminds me of... I gotta pull up a picture here for reference. It reminds me of Ultraman Nexus. Alright? Okay, that's not a really good picture for me to pull up, because it's on the farther side of the screen, and I can't find a decent picture worth a damn. Okay, well, y'all kind of see who I'm trying to get on this side. Okay, it reminds me of Ultraman Nexus, and I love Nexus. So that is a 9 out of 10 design. And it's a lot more powerful.
I love the idea of Palafin becoming a buff hero, but I think the design of the hero form itself is a bit too silly. I do prefer it over the Zero form, though, because, well, it's not just Finizen with a tattoo.
Nexus is better than Ultraman Zero. I fucking said it.
While the Zero form is just Finizen, very good, the hero form just isn't that great, and looks almost like a joke to me. I prefer Zero form, obviously.
Ooh. Varoom is weird. This is a Pokemon that, like, I definitely, like, despite the weirdness of Pokemon we had beforehand, I definitely would have said this would have stuck out in, like, a bad way. Because it's an engine with eyes. And, like, we've had weird Pokemon before. We've had Pokemon that were literally just Pokeballs, like Voltorb. We've had Pokemon that were literally just magnets or computer 3D programs. And that's all just from Gen 1. But Varoom looks weird compared to even those. I was never a fan of Varoom. 4 out of 10. Well, no, 4. That's fair.
Am I the only one who thinks Varoom is really cute? Props for making
That's
a
you.
engine look actually kind of adorable.
It's not bad, but I'm a bit surprised it took this long to make a car Pokemon. When
I'm not against the idea of a car Pokemon. I just think Varoom looked weird in comparison.
Pokemon like Porygon and Rotom already exist.
Rivaroom is definitely better. I like that one a lot more. That is absolutely a 6 out of 10 for me. Like, I'm still not going to be packing one with me, but for finally making a car vehicle Pokemon, I think Rivaroom does it better.
They lost me a little bit by making it not as cute, and it's not a great design, though I do love how ridiculous the Starmobiles are, so it gets a
True.
pass.
Okay, this just looks funnier than Varoom, and both of them have great names for their designs.
Cyclizar is amazing. Remember when the Scarlet Violet were first teased and we thought we were going to be raising a Cyclizar into either of the legendary Pokemon that we saw? Alright, remember that shit? I do. I'm mad we couldn't go riding around on a Cyclizar. I really wanted to, because I like their sleeker designs. And having a normal dragon type is also just really neat typing. I like it. It's definitely an 8 out of 10.
Cyclizar is fine, just a little too bland for me personally.
Okay, this design actually slaps. I'm not sure what it is specifically about this, but it just works for me.
Ah, dang it.
Your go-to
Sorry, Cloud, I gotta
solution
cut in on your
is
ad time.
done quickly.
Orthworm's a
Earthworm is a happy little guy, but I just think earthworms are too basic of a creature to make Pokemon out of. I don't know, that's just me, so I already don't have the biggest opinion on Earthworm. It's goofy looking, so I'm giving it like a 4, but I'm still not the biggest. Give my ad revenue back, you joke. No. I exist in a different dimension. You wanna fight me?
silly little guy, and unfortunately not outstanding in my opinion.
I'm not a huge fan of this design, but the fact that it punches things with its, like, 6 fists is funny.
Glimlet is forgettable. It's just a bulb with a little kind of small ass head. I don't know. I don't like it. It's like Smoliv, except not as forgettable, but not doing anything good. Can't believe you're embezzling money from Cloud Corp like this. You don't get to be a Twilight princess like me without a little bit of cutting in. Except we don't go as far as fucking some people in Hollywood are. Fuck them! Glimlet, though, 3 out of 10. I don't like it.
Glimmet looks a lot more like an item
Glimmet.
than an actual creature, and honestly, I find it very boring.
Yep.
Glimmet is a very weird design, and I'm not so sure what it's trying to be, but I guess I don't really dislike it.
I think it's like an onion or bulb kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could go in the grocery store and see it, like, next to the garlic. It looks like you'd find it there. Glimora is bigger. When it's open, like, right here, it's a lot prettier. Still not a fan. 5 out of 10 now.
Definitely an improvement and less boring, but
And for some reason, the champion has one of these on her team. I don't know why she wants one.
previous criticism applies for Glimora as
It went down like 1 hit.
Never in 100 guesses would I have thought this or Glimmet were rock poison type. I'd have guessed every combination regarding water, fairy, psychic, or dragon first.
Graveyard is a 10 out of 10 dog. This is a much better doggo. I love it. It is cute. I think you have the little pictures mixed around, but still good dog design. I love it. And ghost typing, 10 out of 10.
far from the best dog Pokemon, but Grimmer
Incorrect.
is still a good little boy nonetheless.
I love it.
The dog is dead, and we're at like 3 domestic dog designs for this generation, which is a bit much for me.
I don't know. It's not enough. Houndstone is fantastic. Like, it's bigger, slightly creepier design, and I love it. I adore Houndstone. 10 out of 10.
Wow, you gotta get that underbite checked out.
I like comedic
Is it
com.
just a bigger group?
I wouldn't want to actually, like, I like comical underbites like that. They look goofy and I love them.
But the tombstone head ornament is kind of funny.
Yeah. Flamingo is a flamingo. I have nothing to say. Like, it's not a bad design, but it's so basic and bare bones. I don't like it. It's a fighting flying type. That's neat, but it's still just design-wise, it's a goddamn flamingo. What the hell? 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I know you two like it, but it's too basic for me.
It's probably my love of flamingos that makes me rate Flamigo this high. Because
Flamingo lazy
it's a
hours.
very basic
Yeah.
design.
Flamigo no es amigo, pero es solo un flamenco.
Ich nicht sprache Spanish. Ich sprache Deutsch. That's all I have to say in response to that.
Okay.
Ketodal, which is an alright design. I don't hate it. It's weird. This feels like it's on the weird side. Like this was just like a last minute design they scratched up just to reach like a certain dex number. It doesn't feel horrible. It feels more original than Flamigo, so I like it a bit more in that regard. Still not the biggest fan. 5.
It's another cute sphere, but they made it like 100 times bigger, so I don't know, I like it more.
A land whale Pokemon is a real cool idea I thought would be reserved for a fossil, but I'm not a fan of the baby-like features of this design.
And Dribson's back to hating babies. How about that shit? Okay, Titan is much better. I like this. Alright, that is absolutely a 7 and now. I like it. It's now going for a more monstrous, like, kind of kaiju vibe, and I like it. 7 out of 10.
What if Citadel, but bigger?
If Titan was longer like Warlord is, I think I'd really like this design, but as it stands, it's a mostly alright Pokemon.
King Gambit. I like its design. It looks so cool. And I can't wait to get back to playing Scarlet, because last time I was playing, I caught a shiny freaking, what's it called? The thing that evolves into this. I caught a shiny version of that, and it already has, like, it's already holding the item necessary to evolve, so I can't wait to go level that thing up a little bit, kill some more, and Bisharps, there we go, and finally evolve it into a shiny version of King Gambit. I like it. 8 out of 10.
Just a bit too intricate for me, but the Poniard line is pretty cool, so hey, it's good in my book.
It's a pretty busy design, and evolving this was a bit of a pain.
Yeah, evolving it is really annoying, I admit.
But it's not all that bad.
Veluza is a really annoying Pokemon. Like, I like the design. It's definitely really nice. But, like, the minute they see you, they just dart straight for you, like, fast as ass. And they got really annoying when I'm trying to hunt, like, certain other things. So that is, because of that experience, I have a 7 out of 10 for it.
I don't think the pink fins fit perfectly with the rest of Veluza's design, but otherwise I think it's a really
Zoomy.
cool Pokemon.
Yep.
I don't quite get the psychic typing, but something about this Pokemon sticks out to me. Maybe it's the fact that Paldea didn't introduce too many new water types, and having not picked Quaxley, my options were kinda limited in new choices.
Vaulton Veluzas. The Donzo is a big-ass fish, and I like it for that reason alone. Like, I like big fish. And, like, a giant catfish-like design is also kind of unique. I don't know. This feels more fit, like, it would fit more in, like, a Japan-styled region as opposed to a Spain-themed one, but, you know, that's just me. So I agree with you on a 7 out of 10.
Something about catfish really appealed to me, and Dondozo, being a catfish, naturally hits that for me as well.
The big fish eat the little fish, and the
This
big
is
fish
8
eat the
feet
little
shorter
ojes.
than
Oh,
Werewolf,
yes.
but nearly half the weight.
Yeah.
We got another contender for floatiest Pokemon.
Tatsugiri is a Pokemon that I have a lot of love for. It's a water dragon type, so that's kind of neat. And it's just like the most unassuming Pokemon ever. And additionally, the last Titan you fight is one of these guys. Or at the very least, the last Titan you could fight is one of these guys. And I thought that shit was hilarious. I thought it was the giant Dodonzo. All I had to find out was this little fucker, and I thought that was hilarious. So I kind of actually have a positive opinion on Tatsugiri. Plus, I brought one to the Elite Four, and it actually helped out more than I would love to admit. So I actually want to give it a 7 out of 10. I named it Sussy. Because go figure. I think I named it that. I know I gave it some kind of Among Us related nickname.
Sushi Fish Boy is cute, but not really spectacular. I like the curly because it actually has a two-toned palette, unlike the others, which are two plain.
I think I got the yellow one.
Just a little sushi thing, and I think I like Droopy form the most because of the name. It doesn't lie. Tatsuguri do be droopy.
Great Tusk. I love all the primal Pokemon. They look fantastic. And Great Tusk being a primal version of a freaking Donphan, I think has a lot more charm. It looks amazing. That is agreed. 8 out of 10.
The spikes and red tufts actually make this ancient Donphan look pretty cool.
It's a more visually interesting Donphan, but it's still a Donphan in the end.
I love Screamtail was the one Pokemon I wasn't expecting at all. And it became one of my favorites. It's a psychic fairy type, so that's powerful. And Ancient Jigglypuff being this feral, fabulous monster, I adore. Alright, I am a huge fan of Screamtail. 8 out of 10.
Damn, Jigglypuff, who did your hair? It is looking stylish as heck.
This looks like it wants to speak to the manager.
Heh. Brute Bonnet. I was not prepared for a prehistoric Amogus or Fungus, whatever the hell it is, back when it started. But I definitely had like a lesser reaction to it than I did Screamtail. It felt good, but not as good as Screamtail was. So like 7. It's still nice. Humorngus.
Brute Bonnet takes a Pokemon I only sorta like and makes it kind of beautiful in a way. I
Yeah.
actually really like the green and brown frills.
It is neat.
What ecological niche could a Pokeball disguise provide for Brute Bonnet?
Also, this just means that the Pokeball design we know and love now existed generations before Pokeballs were ever even thought of, and that's disturbing.
Or does this confirm that Pokeball designs are based off of ancient Amoongus?
Fluttermane is a 10 out of 10. Like, even if it wasn't ghost typing, I would give it that 10 out of 10 rating because I already love the classic Mischievous design, and this is just an a fantastic way to improve upon that design without straight up evolving it into Mismagius. I love Fluttermane. Okay, I can't help but give it a 10 out of 10. I adore it. It's cute.
I love Mischievous, but this just makes Mischievous look kinda dumb.
I'm
Ooh.
not huge on the design compared to
Sorry.
Mischievous, but I'm more annoyed that it took me literal hours to find duplicates of this Pokemon for trading when I found my first in a total of 30 seconds.
Slitherwing is fantastic. Like, I already love Volcarona, and now we just have bigger, bulkier, buffer Volcarona, and it's just even better. Agreed, 10 out of 10. That is a fantastic bug.
We haven't gotten to Volcarona yet in this series, but damn, this is such a good redesign that looks both cool and pretty.
Uh-huh.
Gen 5 spoiler alert, I love Volcarona. And while this is still a great design, I don't think it's as amazing as its descendant.
Sandy Shocks doesn't deserve to exist. Why were there steel type? Why were there magnets around the caveman time? Why? It bothers me. It should not exist. It is an abomination against all mankind, or all Pokekind. I hate it. I do not like this thing at all. 2 out of 10. Not a fan. Alright? Had to go fix my emotions there.
Okay, this one's pretty damn stupid.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yes, the mystical ancient magnets. A very odd choice for an ancient Pokemon to design.
To quote the Insane Clown Posse, Earth, it was like fucking wind, water, fire, and dirt. Fucking magnets. How do they work? And now we have Iron Treads, and it's not... Okay, so it's just like a robotic Donphan with magnetic hover legs or what the fuck those are. I don't know. It's not as appealing. It's definitely like a 5 out of 10. Sandy Shocks knocked your emotions out of whack. I'm still getting used to my keybinds. You think after doing this for almost 2 weeks I'd get used to it.
Huh. Not for me. This looks like a boss from a PokeStar Studios movie.
Yeah, that definitely. Iron Bundle. Okay. So that's just a Delibird, but a robot. But I really loved Delibird in the first place, so I kinda can't help it. I love Delibird. 6 out of 10. And I know that's way too charitable for what is just basically a robot Delibird. But I love Delibird.
I already don't care that much for Delibird, and this future version doesn't improve it in any way.
I know, but I just...
Neat.
I
that
love
Game Freak is
Delibird.
giving some love to Delibird, and I'm glad that this wasn't an ancient Pokemon, which would imply that Santa existed millions of years ago.
Iron Hands is... I genuinely like it a bit more than Hariyama. But at the same time, it's also just weird that it's electric type, I guess. I almost expect every single future Pokemon to be steel. Because they're all robots. I don't know. I like it more than Palmy. So like a 7 out of 10, I guess. I don't know.
What if Hariyama, but designed by Dr. Eggman?
Okay, that's actually
Nope,
nice.
man. Maybe I don't like that these designs are just robotic versions of current Pokemon, compared to Scarlet's more animalistic designs that differ quite a bit.
That's kind of true. Iron Jugless, though, is... Okay, I like it because it's Hydreigon. At the same time, it's just robotic Hydreigon. So I agree on the 6, because I can't criticize Hydreigon's design, but at the same time, it's just a weaker design version.
It's a bit too sharp for me, sorry to say.
Iron Jugulis is fine, I guess. Maybe it's because Hydreigon already takes some inspiration from artificial sources.
Iron Moth. It's a robotic Volcarona. It takes the Volcarona design we already loved and made it into a robot. I give this one a 7, because it's definitely on the weaker side. It's based... No, I'm going to give it a 6. Because it's just Hydreigon. It's just like Hydreigon. It's a Volcarona, but what if it was literally a robot? Like, the future Hariyama at least had a little bit more going for it. This is just robotic. This... The floating hands thing, but like, this is just robot Volcarona.
It's not quite as good as the past counterpart, but it's still pretty nice.
This one looks fine at least, though the poison type surprises me a lot with this one.
I think it's poison. That's neat. Now I have Mechagodzilla. Again, it's just robot Tyranitar. But because I made a reference to Mechagodzilla, I feel like I have to give it a 7 out of 10 because I love kaiju.
The 3D model doesn't do justice to Iron Thorns. That's actually a pretty solid robotification of Tyranitar.
Okay, this one just is a PokeStar Studios boss. Like, this is legitimately just MT from PokeStar Studios.
Yep. Frigibax. This is on that note on the topic of Godzilla kaiju Pokemon. This is part of that. It looks really dumb, but have you seen Godzilla Jr.? I gotta go pull up a picture of that now. Godzilla Jr. Alright, this... Oh, where is he? Alright, yeah. Look at this fucker. Alright. So open image in new tab. Open link in new tab. And that's... Hold on, can I just open the image in a new tab? Open image in new tab. Okay, yeah. Look at this fucker. Okay? He's weird. This is apparently, from what I understand, Frigibax is based off of Godzilla Jr. I kind of see it. It's still stupid as hell. 5 out of 10. I want to give it a 6 because Godzilla, but it looks so stupid.
I'm not exactly sure what Frigibax is based off of, but it looks...
What a little dude.
It's not that bad, but it's also not that good either.
Now it's slowly becoming Godzilla. Like, it's gaining a lot more traction in its design. This is definitely an 8 out of 10. I like it. It's solid. Now I know. Now you know, buddy.
Something is a little bit
Arctibax is good, though.
but it's still a very solid design.
8 out of 10.
That second stage weirdness for the most part.
It's certainly different than Frigibax, but I still am pretty indifferent to it.
Now Baxcalibur. Godzilla has grown up and is ready to... Knowing is half the battle. Yeah, now he's have straight up Godzilla at this point, and I love it. 9 out of 10. Not perfect yet, but Godzilla. Now just watch this thing do a flying kick maneuver into a giant beetle with the help of a giant robot. That's all I need.
I almost want to give Baxcalibur the 10, yet I held off it because I think
Nah.
the smoother body shape does this a disservice.
I agree with you. Its smoother body is definitely weirder, and the lack of the back dorsal fins just now being limited to just the one, instead of like seeing more grow along the back, I think is a bit of a takeaway for me. It kind of hurts.
If I went back to the more angular designs of earlier generations, it'd easily be worthy of a perfect score.
This reminds me too much of Duraludon.
Okay, yeah, it freaking does something akin to that stupid Godzilla move right there. I'm gonna back up so you can pay attention to the animation y'all use, but it reminds me of that stupid Godzilla kick meme that we all know about. Alright, look at that shit.
This reminds me
Fucking,
too much of
see that? It reminds me of that stupid Godzilla kick move that we see him use on the giant beetle with Jet Jaguar. Never mind, 10 out of 10 now. Just kidding, I'm gonna leave it at the 9. But Godzilla. That is just Godzilla.
And it's neither intimidating nor friendly enough compared to other pseudo-legendaries.
Gimme Ghoul. Poor Slowbro has no idea. Anyways, Gimme Ghoul. This is a Pokemon I thought was really charming at first. I thought it looked kind of cute. Because like, oh, it's a brand new Mimic Pokemon. It's hiding in a treasure chest, hoarding all its gold. I nicknamed mine Redditor. Because that's what the Gimme Ghoul actually looks like. I still never used it. I'm gonna double check on the Gimme Ghoul type. Gimme Ghoul. Like, it's like a ghost type, right? Yeah, it's just pure ghost. I'm giving it the 10. I'm gonna give it the 10. It actually... This one, actually, I do think it deserves, like... It's a better ghost design. And I think it's kind of cute and charming. I know that this is definitely a lot of bias for ghost typing. I will rectify that with the next one, though.
Making a Pokemon out of a mimic
It's cute, though.
idea, yet I just don't care for how Gimme Ghoul looks.
You want to get excited for a ghost type mimic Pokemon? Wait till we get to Alola. I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
It's a unique design that kinda reminds me of Yamaska and Cofagrigus, but running around trying to collect its coins was not fun.
Yeah, that's annoying. And now we have Goldengo. I don't like this. It looks so fucking stupid. I hate Goldengo. And its shiny variant is just a couple silver lines. It's so dumb. I don't like it. Okay, that is absolutely a 4 out of 10. I don't even care if it's still a ghost type. It shouldn't be at this point.
I don't get how you arrived to this from Gimme Ghoul, and honestly, I wouldn't like it even if I did get it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it kept the treasure chest, like how Cofagrigus possessed a coffin, but this is...
It did keep the treasure chest. It's on its ass right now. But that only makes it worse.
Alright, I guess.
Okay. I haven't seen this Pokemon. That looks fantastic, and I love it. That is absolutely an 8 out of 10 for me. That looks so cool. Wool Chain. That looks so neat. I love it.
It's great to see a nature spirit-like design here, and while it isn't a superb creature, I do think it looks unique to say the least.
It looks so cool.
It's a snail, but not an interesting one.
It's a snail that's a giant leaf pile. I think that's so neat. I love that. Chain Pow. That is a tiger. I like tigers. Well, like, no, panther? Puma? What am I thinking of? It's a giant... The frickin' cat from... Frickin' Kung Fu Panda, the first one, the evil one. It reminds me of that thing. But with, like, saber-toothed tiger tusks kind of thing. That's what those two things remind me of. I like it. Okay? 8 out of 10.
Well, this is an interesting little creature. It looks amazing, but not exactly Pokemon-like, and I like that very design.
It also doesn't vibe with the Spanish, you know, region.
This is just Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda.
That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Dribson. Ting Lu. Another neat design. I really like this. It definitely... I can't help but give it another 8. I actually really like these designs.
Not a fan of this one.
It's not bad, I guess, and I think we need more deer/elk/moose inspired designs of Pokemon.
We need a Canada region just so we can get like 50 million variants of moose Pokemon. See you. That is a fish, I think, made out of fire. I guess. I don't hate it. I think it's kind of cute, but at the same time, I don't like it. It's 6 out of 10. I think... Let me hear y'all reactions before I immediately settle on that 6.
Damn, the eyes on Chi-Yu really ruin it. They're way too distracting from what's otherwise a good Pokemon.
Yeah, especially on the model there. Like, on the picture on the bottom, it looks better, but that model definitely isn't doing it justice.
A fire goldfish is an interesting idea, I guess, but nothing about this speaks to me as being legendary.
Okay, so I'm still gonna stick with the 6 out of 10, solely because I think the little picture down there, as opposed to 3D model, looks better. But that model really is hideous.
This one's doing a bit too much, but...
Fuck yes! Roaring Moon is awesome. I love it. Primal Prehistoric Salamence looks amazing. Those wings just look gorgeous, and it is a feral monster. 8 out of 10 confirmed.
Can't deny that it's a pretty cool remix of Salamence.
Mm-hmm.
I think this design would be better if the wings were truly feathered like Ho-Oh's wings are, but it's still interesting that this is based off of Mega Salamence.
What are you, a boy or a girl? I'm still figuring that out. That's Iron Valiant, and I love it. I love that's combining both Gardevoir and Gallade into one thing. And that's what we needed more of when it came to these future Pokemon. Is just stuff like this. Like, I wish there was like a futuristic Eevee that combined, you know, a lot of the types together. Well, okay, you can't do that without being a mess of types. But like, you know, stuff like that. Like if you made a futuristic version of Escavalier and Escargoon or Escar, whatever that Pokemon was back in Gen 5. Like if we had a future robot version of that. If we had Pokemon like this that were just combining two Pokemon of similar lines together. That's what we needed more of. I think Iron Valiant is fire. That is an 8 out of 10.
I guess it's a little bit better than Gallade, maybe?
This one is alright, and I guess this is also interesting that it's based off of Mega Gallade and Gardevoir.
Koraidon. I like Koraidon. It is a really cool lizard dinosaur thing that... But it does make me ask a question. If Koraidon... I asked this on Twitter a long time ago when this game came out, but if Koraidon is a prehistoric Cyclizar, how the fuck did Koraidon evolve to lose functionality? Koraidon can float, it can climb walls and swim and all these things, while Cyclizar can seemingly only run around. How did Koraidon evolve into Cyclizar and lose functionality? I came to the conclusion that these things are like dogs and they lost practicality and stuff when being domesticated, but that's just my theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching! But I definitely love Koraidon's design. It is fantastic.
I like Koraidon a little bit more
Oh, 7 out of 10. Well, not 8 out of 10. I like it.
between the two, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of the mascot legendaries.
This is probably the first generation where I had no strong feelings one way or another regarding box legendaries, which is usually how I make my choices when picking a game.
When it comes to the designs between Koraidon and Miraidon, I definitely preferred Koraidon's design, but I like that Miraidon actually looks and functions like a motorcycle. It uses its robotic nature to act more like a vehicle, unlike Koraidon, and that's something I was definitely a lot more appreciative. But design-wise, I like Koraidon as a creature more.
Koraidon basically being a big dog
Sorry.
increased its score just a little though.
Yeah, Miraidon I give a 7 too. Because it looks cool, but as a vehicle, as a standalone Pokemon, as a creature in battle, I think Koraidon definitely was better. But I like that this one functions like a bike and such. I like that more. But I still think Koraidon was the better choice for me.
While I personally like the colors on Miraidon more, the body design brings it down to just below Koraidon.
Again, I had no strong feelings one way or another with Koraidon and Miraidon, and basing solely on design,
I'm gonna be a stickler here. It's Mirai. Korai and Mirai. Because Japanese naming. Korai means past, Mirai means future. I'm sorry for being a complete fucking dork here, but I just gotta get that off my chest. It's Miraidon and Koraidon.
I'm not a huge fan of Miraidon.
Alright, that's every Pokemon from Gen
Sounds like you're saying Miraidon. That's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm sorry for being a bit of a dork and weeb right there, but I just couldn't help it.
9 rated. As per usual, let's take it over to Dribson for the breakdown.
Thanks, Cloud. First, let's update our running totals for each generation. Cloud's average score for Gen 9 was 6.45, placing it above
Miraidon.
1 and 4.
I literally had a coworker who thought that was the intent. Like, the intent behind the name of Miraidon. She's like, oh, it's Miraidon. It's like a neat little pun. What do you do with Miraidon? It's like, she thought that was the actual intention until I told her Mirai in Japanese meant future. And she's like, oh, that makes more sense now. So that's a funny story of my personal life. That I had a coworker at Hy-Vee who thought that the name was intentionally Miraidon and couldn't come up with a reason for what Koraidon meant. For like what Korai meant. I can't speak. Short version, she thought Miraidon literally was called Miraidon instead of future dragon, effectively.
But below Gens 2 and 3. But my average score was 5.94.
This is your lowest.
Lowest so far.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There definitely were a lot of Pokemon this generation, which even I had trouble justifying. I didn't give any a 1 out of 10, but at the same time, there were some I really was tempted to go for. But none will ever be as bad as Mr. Mime.
Of all 105 new Pokemon/Paldean forms from this generation, we gave 27 of them the same ranking, most of which we agreed were either good or middling. Next, let's look at our total score counts for Gen 9, and between Cloud and myself, we both tended to rate pretty similarly. Most of our ratings fell between 5 and 8.
I totally get the English speakers trying to imitate Japanese pronunciations. Sometimes sound weird to me. And like he said it close enough to. Yeah, that is true. Yep, and we're just gonna cut into your watch. Don't worry, I'll watch this again while don't worry, I'll fix your watch time by rewatching this entire video tomorrow while I mow the lawn. Now for the Poke Awards.
The awards for this generation to celebrate the top and bottom Pokemon from the Paldea region. First up is the award for best and worst starters based on the combined average scores of each starter line.
I have a feeling that poor Sprigatito is going to get worst because of Dribson not liking the standing on two legs thing.
The perfect partner award goes to the Skeledirge line.
Good.
Our overall dislike of Crocolar,
I can't remember what y'all actually gave it, but I'm pretty sure it's Sprigatito.
The Ally award goes just barely to the Masquerada line.
Damn it. It's like saying Sen and Sama after names. You could say Mr. and Mrs. whatever it's, but like, I'm sorry for being a complete fucking dork there. I'm sorry.
Though the Quaquaval line was only 1 point ahead.
Damn.
Moving on to the awards for best and worst legendary Pokemon based on our combined
I said
scores.
Sen and Sama.
Our
It's
mythical
Sama
masterpiece
and
this
Sama.
time is Xian Pao, a very striking design that
It's a very
absolutely
pretty cat.
deserves
I love it.
award. And our fantastical flop award goes to Ting Lu, which
Whore.
I didn't care for and Cloud really didn't like.
I
Now we have
liked
the
it.
awards for best and worst types, and Gen 9's Excellent Element Award goes to Fire, the first time it's won after having been in the top 5 types for previous generations.
We'll see how that compares when we get to Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8. Y'all saying this is the first time it wins now. It's the first time it wins as of right now. But once we get to the other generations, another one will have the opportunity to claim that Fire victory first.
And the Catastrophic Category Award goes to Rock for the second time.
Yeah, Rock
As
just...
it's been in our bottom 5 types every single time.
Rock just sucks, and it feels... I feel awful for it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Rock always just sucks as a type. It's funny because Rock's more practical than Ice, but Ice is just constantly given better designs.
Then we've got the awards for best and worst blow up.
And trust me, if you think me being a bit of a bitch about friggin' Miraidon and Koraidon's pronunciations was a bit of a pet peeve with me, just wait till you meet my friend Ame. He speaks Japanese and even like he obsesses over that entirely. He cringes over like even some of the smallest things sometimes.
Determined by finding the biggest score differences between one evolution to the next. However, we do want to mention that in the case of King Gambit, we haven't rated its previous evolutions yet.
Yeah.
So this award is tentative until we finish the Gen 5 rating video. For now, the Terrific Transformation Award goes to Skeledirge, improving from Crocolore by a factor of 7.
Yep.
And believe it or not, the Metamorphic Mistake Award goes to Crocolore. Lost 8 points off of Fuecoco. This is not only the first time
Poor buddy.
someone has taken the best
I've met
award
Ame.
for
Oh yeah, I forgot about
It's also
that.
the first
Yeah,
time
you were there
someone
for that,
has
and then you wrote a
taken
letterbox review of it.
Moving on, we have the award for the Pokemon that Dribson and I disagreed on the most. With a difference of 6 points, we have 2 contentious critter winners this time. Quaquaval and Graphii, both of whom I really liked and Dribson did not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Our next award is for the best and worst antagonists, aka the best rival, gym leader, elite 4 trainer, champion, or villain team leader based on the team's average combined score.
Let's
Rules are
see
the
who
same
got
as
these
always.
roles again.
Duplicate Pokemon only count once. We're judging on final teams only where applicable. Trainers must have at least 1 new Pokemon. Super bosses only count if they're fought exclusively in the post-game, and no Battle Facility exclusive trainers, which in this case means no Academy Ace Tournament trainers. Unfortunately, since we're skipping ahead past Gens 5 through 8, a lot of these trainers have teams that we can't fully judge just yet.
Yep.
Only 8 of Scarlet and Violet's trainers use Pokemon we have all the ratings for.
Definitely part of the problem that y'all had when it came to reviewing this a bit
Be
early.
sure to revisit this award and see if anything changes. As of making this video, though, the Big Bad Boss Award goes to Team Star Fairy Leader Ortega, thanks to both his Darkspun and Gang of Fairy types from previous generations that we gave higher scores.
I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, when I met him, I wanted to punt that little guy. I don't know what it is. Like, I get part of their whole story was that they were being bullied, and I felt bad for effectively wanting to bully this kid, but at the same time, when I met him, I wanted nothing more than just to kick the little brat. I don't know. He's not even that bad or annoying, but I just looked at him and was like, I want to hit you. I don't want to hit children, but I really want to hit this one.
And the Bad Boss Award goes to Professor Turo,
Oof.
consequence of our lower ratings for the future Paradox Pokemon.
Yep.
It should be noted that Turo Heroes battle is Violet exclusive, and if we're only considering dual game fights, then Atticus, the Team Star Poison leader, gets this award instead. And
Atticus, the leader of the Navi squad, of which I definitely stole that name. I'm taking that name for myself.
Before we move on to the special honors, we are introducing a unique award for Gen 9 to recognize the best and worst Paldean regional Pokemon. For our purposes, we're including Paldean exclusive forms.
It's only a risk we ran skipping to Gen 9, but ended up not being that bad. That's fair.
Since they're based on previous designs. The Pleasant Paldean award goes to Slitherwing, which
Yep.
is based on a Pokemon
It is
with
adorable. I love it. I say adorable. It's so awesome.
And the Pitiful Paldean award goes to Iron Hands,
Aw.
a robotic imitation of a classic design.
Look. I think that's one of the better, like one of the not worst ones. If I'm gonna... I know I defended this one a lot, but I really think y'all should have put Delibird there. I love Delibird, but it's just Robot Delibird. I'm still sticking by my 6 out of 10 rating for it, but I think that one should have gotten a lower rating from y'all than freaking Hariyama. I shouldn't be forcing my opinions on you. I just feel bad for Hariyama.
Now let's get on to the special recognition
Sorry.
awards for the best, worst, and best
I'm
worst
probably
Pokemon.
super annoying. I'm so
The
sorry.
Hall of Fame hosts Pokemon who have a perfect combined score of 20, and Doxbun joins the ranks this
Good.
time. The third dog
Best dog.
The Hall of Shame is for those who have a perfectly bad combined score of 2, but I didn't hand out a single 1 this time, so no one was eligible. And the Hall of Tame
Don't worry
is
about it.
awarded to
Okay.
Pokemon who got a score of 5 from us both, and that honor goes to Gimmighoul, Chi-Yu, and Iron Valiant. So that's every Pokemon from Gen 9 rated. I profess that after Black and White, my experience with the mainline
Ye.
Pokemon series besides Scarlet
You're not
and Violet
foisting it.
is
Okay.
zilch. I haven't been there to see the franchise evolve past the late 2000s, and I'm only slowly really starting to see what the series looks like in the modern day. I say that as a preface to my thoughts on this generation overall, which are that, well, it's more Pokemon.
Yep.
There's a lot
It is
of
definitely
things
that.
I love from this generation and some that I don't care for. Same for the games, actually. There's things I like about Scarlet and Violet. And
What are we gonna do? We make this VR something? No way. You got your opinions VRs. It's fine. Yeah. That's partially. That's a part of the point of doing a reaction video as well. To state my opinions.
As of right now, it's about what I expected.
Generation 9 was one I was excited for, as I've tried to go in blind to new Pokemon generations since Gen 7, watching only the first 1 or 2 trailers, then avoiding any info I can. I only saw the first trailer this time, seeing the teasers of the starters and that the region was based off of Spain. However, when playing through the numerous graphical and technical, let's call them hiccups,
Yeah.
I was thoroughly underwhelmed, going so far as to describe my expectations low and hardly met.
I definitely don't blame you, Dribson. I definitely loved my experience of this as open world Pokemon, something I've been wanting for a while, and in terms of that element, it didn't disappoint, but the graphical problems were definitely a chore. I could not play this game without the dock because I felt like the graphics looked even worse. Even playing on the dock, I still need to be watching Carmen Sandiego on a different screen so I can pretend to look at something else to avoid some of the not so good graphics. I definitely feel like this is a 6 out of 10 Pokemon game, but it could have been so much better. It deserved to be much better.
I was considering placing this as worse than Sword and Shield, which I am a staunch critic of.
Ooh.
Since Sword and Shield were playable, but entirely by the books, whereas Scarlet and Violet felt very much 4 steps forward, 7 steps back for most of my time playing. So while I was not a fan of playing through 98% of the game, the last hour of the main story was the best finale sequence Pokemon has had, with the sole exception of Black and White.
I also think this potentially, in my opinion, has the best story. Because I love the rivalry you have with Nimona. It's really nice. I love the Arven story. I really sympathize with Penny's story and whatnot. Each one was really nice and had me more interested in other Pokemon games. Enough to look past the bad graphics. I love the open world gameplay. I definitely think this is a really good one, but the graphics and frame rate performance definitely were like really big problems. I think if this game had a lot more time put into its development, this could have been like, best. Well, despite some of the, really bad designs we had.
In the end, it's still a Pokemon game, and if you're on the fence on getting it, or picked it up and put it back down, I do think it's worth it to go through. I still think Legends Arceus is the best Pokemon on the Switch though, but if the next games are on the system without nearly as many issues, I think this formula can bring the series to heights not seen since the DS days.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then give it a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe and click that bell to see when new videos go live.
Yep, y'all should go like and subscribe to Cloud Connection to make up for me being annoying. And y'all should like and subscribe to me because I like making content. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. Thank you all for watching, even though I think it's really just Cloud. Thank you for being here, man. That really... having my friends be here to support me is always really nice. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a really good day. Go support Cloud. I don't know what video he's got cooking up in the works. Hopefully tomorrow I'll do the Gen 5 review, and then I will be caught up on these videos, and we'll be able to react to these things basically on release. And that'll be amazing. Watch as Cloud drops the Gen 6 review, like, before... on like the 20th, once I'm like already at my grandparents' house and incapable of reacting to his videos anymore. That would be painful. Anyways, I hope all of you have a good day. And see, for sure, thanks so much for running this. Thank you for giving me, I've said this before, but thanks for giving me the opportunity to do this. I hope you all have a really good day. I love each and every one of you. Take care, heroes. Goodbye.